It'd be nice. We are
live.
Woo! Hardcore. We are still sprinting. Yeah. Cool. So yeah, a little bit Friday night flavor.
Yep.
You know, some people go out, and go dancing or go to the bar, or
Winners don't.
We just, I don't know, as winners or nerds, but we're here. So I'll share my screen. We're doing some open source.
Yeah, I'm gonna share my screen as well, so that I have a comment from you on the.
Yes.
On the. Why you? This guy. Okay, I think I need to do myself a favor. And have this guy up here. And then, so I can swap easily.
Yes.
So, I was creating this stupid thing, and you are my teacher of English.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, nice. So I think one thing you could say is like move the issues like on the first sentence.
Yeah.
So that it reads like, make the template used to create issues. And then instead of in website one, for website one. Simpler and easier to use. Yeah, exactly. So have an issue template that captures all aspects of the issue while at the same time is easy to use. Yeah, nice. Currently, when creating website one issues on GitHub.
Yeah, I think while at the same time is repetition, right? While at the same time.
Yeah, maybe. Have an issue that's captured all aspects of the issue while easy to use. You could say instead of while, you could just say but.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's like easy to use. It's not really the ease of use. Like it's not difficult. It just asks for ask for lots of information, right?
But we need lots of information.
Not necessarily. I think we just want like the right kind of information,
Which is always a lot of information.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, I think like we want to know like how can we replicate the issue, and we want to like what is the issue, How can we replicate it, and maybe some like screenshots,
Yeah, but that only works for bugs.
Yeah, that's true.
New features.
True. I mean, one possible solution, like the thing is like this could be a thing that we work, that can be worked on in parallel. Right. So Peter is
yeah.
Peter is streaming right now, I think.
Oh, nice.
Or no, he's done, I think. Oh man, I missed it again. Yeah, it was. He's working on front end issues,
Okay.
Right. What was I thinking?
Like he works on front end issues.
Oh yeah, I was thinking that Robert had Robert put up an issue on RFM that we could like kind of piggyback or like steal the idea or piggyback off of it and like do it for both website one and for RFM if he hasn't done already, which is that you can create templates that you can click on the button. Like, well, when you create an issue, it will ask you like, is your issue related to a bug, or is it related to a feature request, or is it related to whatever, you know, maybe 3 different options or whatever, or 2 different options. And then they click on that button, and then they get like a template that's actually like appropriate for what type of issue that they're requesting be worked on.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah. I think that will make it more brief. Like if it has the skip patterns based on whatever you want to. Or is it not the same thing? Like when you say you want to work on a bug, it will ask you how do I regenerate it, and maybe.
I mean, we could probably get more into it, like when we're actually working on the solution. Like I don't think it's necessarily like we don't necessarily have to jump into it right now. Like, but there is a way that like when you, I'm not sure exactly how it works. Like Robert was showing it to us in one of the meetings like 2 weeks ago, I think maybe, and like I'm not sure if you click on issues, like new issue, and then new issue leads you to another page that has like 2 different buttons. That's like issue template, or, you know, like a bug issue template or feature issue template. And then you click on that, and that leads you to like the right template, you know, I think is the way it works. But I'm not 100% on that. But like it could be one of the, you know, one of the solutions, you know. Yeah. Because, yeah, I mean, I guess we're getting stuck on like the wording of it. Like, it's like I can only speak for myself. Like, I don't like delete everything from the from this and just write the thing because I think it's difficult to use. I think it's just like it's asking for a lot of information, you know. And like, I guess like, yeah, I mean, maybe that's a good thing. Like you said, maybe we should be like actually being disciplined about creating issues where we spend the time to actually like think about what we're doing and stuff like that. But I don't think we want to discourage people from creating issues, even if we have to reach out and be like, hey, you know, can you provide us more information? Like, so, I mean, yeah, we wouldn't. They can just do what I do and delete it. But that does have drawbacks. Like, you know, it means that, you know, so maybe some of the issues, like people won't understand. They won't understand what I'm actually asking for, and they'll have to reach out to me to try to figure it out, or they just won't reach out, and then they, you know, they'll work on other projects instead of working on website 1, you know. Currently, when creating, there is a template that one should follow. It occurs that the current template is not used in most cases that issues are created, as people tend to delete everything on the template and write a summary of the issue, or write summaries. Yeah, you need to either make it singular or plural. Write a summary of the issue, or write summaries of the issue. Of the issues, either way, and write summaries of the issues. And write summaries of issues. Just say and write summaries, I think, because issues, like, everyone knows you're talking about issues, you know, which sometimes, that one word, sometimes with the S on the end, are not clear enough. Possible solution. It would be nice to have a brief but detailed template that captures all the user stories. It would be nice to have post pictures. It would be nice to have people post pictures and add URLs of the pages where one is experiencing the issue. For bugs, we may need an easier way to give steps for regenerating the bug. Nice. When reading through issues in Waffle, most of them are not clear enough. Rather, they have summaries of the issues. And you have of the twice, you know. So, I mean, it's being a little bit repetitive, but because I guess like the new information is there is like when reading through issues in Waffle, most of them are not clear enough. You could just maybe end it with that instead of saying rather they have summaries again. But like, take all this for granted because like you're actually taking the time to write a detailed issue when I just erase everything. So yeah, cool. So that's good. Nice.
Then environment.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe it's not applicable in this case.
Okay.
I'm not sure because you're not submitting for like a bug, Nice. Yep. Cool. Yeah, thanks for that, man.
Yeah.
You're putting pressure on me to create better issues, I mean, I'm trying to do like, instead of, I guess like if I come here, like the issues I made, I created this issue yesterday, for example, which like, it's not so detailed, I just says we have added simple form gem, which provides really great helpers that allow to dry up the code really nicely. I think this is, I don't know, allow for drying up the code really nicely. It would be nice to go through and start refactoring the code base to take advantage of this gem. And then like I provided like a drop-down list with a simple form and what it would look like without, I feel like that's probably enough information for someone to work on this, but I don't know, like from your perspective, would it make sense to you how to work on this issue?
We have added simple form gem. Can I just read it?
Yep.
Let's see. We have added what's going on?
Is that better?
Oh yeah, okay. I'm not focusing on your screen. So whenever I talked, it was taking me back. So, yeah, so we've added a simple form gem, which provides really great helpers that allow for drying up the code really nicely. It would be nice to go through and start refactoring from the code base to take advantage of this gem.
Then have here like an example.
Yeah, I think this is more of a broad, like the issue is not so specific, so I think this is okay. I don't know if it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like you have a specific
issue.
Like you have a specific select that or form that you want formatted. Yeah. It's like it's general for like all the forms. So I think this makes sense.
Yeah. With I mean, there's several different forms,
Yeah.
Like in this case, like there's, I guess the only, the big difference is that you have this here, whereas you could just put this one line. Now in this case, like there's these divs as well because they're in the same row. Yeah. So like there's this and this. So I don't know. This isn't maybe the best example, to show, because I was looking at this and it's like it kind of looks like the same, but like actually you can refactor all of this down to one line, And yeah, so, and similarly you could refactor this 3 lines down to 1 line. But anyways, like I don't want to start going through the board again because this stuff in the backlog, we're gonna try to stay away from working on that. And there's stuff in the ready column that we maybe could be working on at some point this weekend. But like we're gonna work on this Slack service, which you do. So you can't join my, I can't do a VS Code here.
Yeah, my VS Code, I don't know. I even uninstalled and installed a new one.
Yeah. I mean, it was talking about like issues with your
OS.
With your OS, yeah.
Yeah, and when I looked that up, I didn't get like a very clear direction on how to solve that. So,
yeah. I mean, that would be good to have a look at it at some point, because it'd be nice if you can. I'm gonna remove that. If you can jump in here. I guess I'll just have a look at this stuff.
I don't know if it's the version of this specific live chat thing.
Possible.
Oh, do I have to log in somewhere?
Where is this? No, is it good? README files. README. GitHub. README files job. I have a binding.py here. So, okay, I'm just looking through here the difference that I've made here, because yeah, that one I just fixed the spacing. I probably want to okay, so right, so I kind of already gave you an overview of what I'm doing. So the next step is I can run this test for you to show you that they're all passing, just in case you don't believe me. Where is this spec at? Services, no?
Like currently you have 2 screens, right? I think I should get another screen.
Is it distracting for you?
No, it's a little bit interesting that you can look back and forth, and like
yeah, I'm trying to use more often. I'm so used to pair programming that I've been kind of like pushed me to not use, because it can be distracting for people. And like I have to put, I need to put, like, I mean, just in general, but more when I share 2 screens, I need to put this font so big, that it's like, I don't know if it's
actually with your reds, when the tests fail, it's often a little difficult to read even when it's not.
Yeah.
When if it's just 1 screen.
That's definitely an issue. So you could see there that I have 12 tests, and those 12 tests are all passing. Yes. And those 12 tests came from here. Like basically I grabbed this here, but instead of it being like, oh, there's one thing that I didn't do that I think I need to do, which is like, so we have the Slack service 2 here. I didn't pull in this. I thought maybe because it was a class, I wouldn't need this stuff, but I think I actually do need this, because I was getting an error about not having like when I'm testing for it, I don't come across it because I'm passing in like, actually, that's not true. This, let me show you. So I'm not going to save this, or did I already save? I don't know if I'm going to comment this out, and then I'm going to save this, and then I'm going to come to my Hangout services notification service spec, and like here, down here, this, I'm calling this Hangout notification service with, and I don't want to actually be calling it with the Gitter client, because I'm not using Gitter for these ones. So I expect that this was before this was actually valid, because it's going to pass in like a when I call this, it's going to pass in a default. But this wasn't working. This was failing the test before. Like, I'll show you how it's failing, and then you can let me know if you can see the writing or not. Yeah. So can you see that or no?
12 examples, 2 failures, then.
And then it just tells you what lines they're on here, But then if I come up here, it's like name error, uninitialized constant, Hangout notification service Gitter. I think since these were working before, and I've kind of just commented out the code, I think I was like kind of sleeping on it.
But you deleted Gira, or did I not see you delete that from there?
Yeah, exactly. I deleted it because I deleted it from here because it should be passing in this. It should be passing in this here. It's passing in like the default.
Mm-hmm.
So, but then it's getting to this here, and it's saying uninitialized constant. Yeah, okay. You can see here, failure error, and it's getting to here, you know. So, but then that test was already here. Here. So this is the same test, right? And I wasn't passing in getter client, but it was passing. And then I was like kind of having a sleep on it, and it dawned on me that actually it's probably because in the Slack service here, I'm requiring these things here, and I wasn't requiring them here. So now my theory is that this will get all the tests passing again now that I've required these here, which I think we would need for production as well. Like in the case of the tests, I was getting away with not, yeah, so that passed. I was getting away with not using it because I was passing it in. I was passing it in, and like I was, you know, making these mocks of it, and then I was passing it in on every test. But when we go to production, it's not going to pass in the Slack client and getter client. It's going to come here, and then it's going to grab the defaults, you know. So that's just a little bit of cleaning up for this, you know. And I'm gonna, I think I'm gonna commit this as well. This get add is, I'm just using get add nowadays because it's annoying. So I don't want to add I just want to add that, and I want to add that, and I want to add that, and I want to add that. So then I can say get commit.
When you use the interactive, it's a little easier. You just git add -I.
Yeah, I noticed you like that. I should give that a try. Remind me when I commit again, and I'll give it a try. So then I want to say I add require statements and fix indentation tests. So this does like those pre-commit hooks, you know. It checks to see if there's any periods or the text width and the capitalization, subject line, all that kind of stuff. All right, cool. So now I'm in a place where I want to create a new file that it's going to live in the services. So I want to do touch app services, and then I want to call this YouTube notification service .rb. Then I'm going to come here, and now I have this. And then I'm going to create, well, I think I'm going to require Slack and require.
You can't have them on one line?
Getter. I'm not sure. It's a good question. I don't think so, no, actually. And then class YouTube notification service. No, it always does that. I type do and it thinks I made method. So then I have that class. And right, so I guess I'm doing this backwards. What I should be doing actually is I should be creating the test first, right? Touch, tech, services, YouTube, notification service spec.rb. Okay. So then so now I guess I can close this. I can close this. And then I can keep this open, and I can close this, and I can come to spec. Oh, I'm in spec. Okay, so I can open this again, open that, and now what do I want to steal from this? So now I'm in this here. So, but at the beginning, I need to grab this stuff here. I need to grab this service, which I'm going to rename. And what else do I need to grab? Sure, let's do that. And then this would be YouTube notification service. And then copy that, put that here, and here, change this to YouTube notification service. And then we need like an end here. Okay. So then now if I look at my test here, copy that here. And so I definitely need this stuff here. And I'm going to copy this first test here. Copy that. And paste that here. And I need another end for the end of the context. Save that. Then I need to change this here to YouTube notification service .with. Oh shit, that's not what I wanted. Okay, so I'm going to replace it with this. That, paste that there, and I'm going to grab this here, copy that, paste that here, and replace. And that doesn't save me so much work now, but that will save me work in the future. And then I can, so I need a user. I mean, I could run the test. I guess I'll run the test, but now that I don't have a user. Joseph. Hey, Joseph.
Hello.
Joseph.
Yeah.
Joseph.
I'm at home now.
You're what?
I want to sleep. I'm at home.
Oh, cool. Awesome. So that's complaining about something. There's a syntax error. Okay. In line 6. Unexpected end of expecting ampersand or that. Describe this and do. Let this. Okay. Let's do this. That's correct. That's correct. Interesting. So We're working on a YouTube notification service.
So that it can notify you on Slack or?
Yeah, so like that we can share the YouTube links for the events, and that they they ping directly on Slack.
But you have been doing that, or it's just the test now?
Well, kind of, yeah. We have been. Oh, I think we've kind of been doing that. We've got the feature, we've got the thing working, but now we're like refactoring. We have this like Slack service which has the hangout notification. It has like 2 public methods. And now we're like refactoring it into 2 classes instead of being one large module. So that's not really being very helpful to me. Yeah. I was thinking run Rubocop and see if that gives me a better error than this one. Like it says there's no offenses. And this is saying I have a syntax error. And then it's like in the YouTube notification service .rb line 6 syntax error, unexpected end of input, expected like ampersand period or double thing or this or a period. And like this is line 6. It's not immediately jumping out to me like what it's talking about.
You can take everything out and add them back on there.
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah, just if you're saying something.
Can you scroll the text? Can you scroll? Let me see because I see the text. I can't see everything. Like the HTTP where it ends. The text let expected posts.
Where are you talking about? On the in the editor or on the?
Yeah, on line 10. Can you scroll to the left, to the right? Sorry.
Yeah.
So your left. Oh, there is a comma. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking that maybe as well. There's that opening and closing. Opening and closing. Expected post args. There's an end here for this do block. There's for this do block.
Oh yeah. So I've seen there's a pattern of do, but you have let client spy, but you don't have a do.
Yeah, because this is inline, you know. I mean, this here probably actually needs to be. This probably. Oh no, this is Slack client. I am the Slack client.
Where's the spy method called from?
This is like RSpec. Allows us to spy on certain classes, or on like, yeah, we have like this in the I don't really know very much about it, but we can use this to spy on certain like I mean, I guess
you don't need to do there.
I guess I am spying on something that doesn't exist, though. That might be yeah, I don't need to do that because it's inline, you know. This one, the only reason this one has a do is because it's like this big thing of text here. I mean, I suppose like I do need to add this client, but I can, just to see if that has anything to do with the error, I can. I need to save the page now. And I ran Rubocop again. So like the fact that Rubocop says I don't have any errors means that it probably doesn't have anything to do with the syntax error.
Yeah.
But I do need to grab this. I was like seeing, oh, so I do have, no, that's not the client. This is the client. Right, but that's inside of this post Hangout notification. So this is spying on the Slack clients. I guess that's, I guess I would still need to add the Slack client though, wouldn't it? Instead of spying on it, I think I can do, so that's still failing though. So, and it's still saying the same thing on line 6. What's the problem with line 6? There's only like, it's probably not, it doesn't have anything to do with line 6. Is it here somewhere? I mean, that looks okay as well. Describe YouTube notification service, do. Yeah, I'm starting to think maybe since we haven't gone so far, maybe I can, yeah, just go back to, so an error occurred while loading. Yes, it's not even running the test. It's like not even, okay. I don't think that, I mean, there's no test to run there. It's still coming up there. Maybe, am I running the right thing? What the fuck, man? Spec, services, YouTube notification service spec.rb. Did I not say file? Maybe that was it. Because this is still talking about stuff on line 6, which line 6 is commented out.
So it's still failing the same error. So maybe you're on a different branch on that, and maybe on this one you're.
I don't think so, because I just pushed up the code, you know. Like, get rid of that. I come here. And like, it's finding this file because it's like running the test apparently. So I have this require spec helper. That looks fine.
Line 6 still, and you have commented it out.
Yeah. Is it line 6 here? No, but this is line 6. YouTube notification service.
So it's just an empty class.
Yeah. Times. So it's named the same. And it's not saying line 6 on the other page. It's saying line 6 here on the. Oh, it is on .rb. Right.
Oh, it's not on the test.
It's not on the spec. Okay. So So I was hoping to test drive this, but then if it's just gonna complain that I have an empty class, then I need to write something at least, right? Maybe it's because I'm trying to hit that, but I'm trying to hit a method that doesn't exist, but I would expect that it would tell me like that method doesn't exist, not tell me that there's a syntax error.
So that's how you define a class.
I guess so. I mean, yeah, seems like it. Unless I'm mixing up things. I mean, we have here where we have.
You need those colon something. I've seen somewhere that it has those, or maybe that's his.
I don't need it.
Is only when.
Yeah, I don't know. So why do I have this do here? Let's try that. I'm thinking I'm creating a method instead
function.
Of yeah.
Is it a method or a function?
Man, this is gonna take a long time if I'm making those kind of mistakes.
Is it a method or a function?
Method in Ruby. Yeah, so there we go. That's failing for something undefined local method or user, which is what I was expecting that it would fail on, because I haven't. I'll get rid of that for a second. I haven't actually grabbed this user here. So I grab that, and I'm going to put the user here. The fuck? Oh, this is four spaces. Why is this 4 spaces? Okay.
You can configure your settings. I think the default is 4, so every time you have to change on each file.
Oh, really?
Go to set. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. Do you want me to let you in?
No, it's fine.
Okay. How do I user settings? I go here now. User.
My internet is pretty bad when I'm at home.
Yeah, when you're at home, yeah, that's right. So user settings, and then I can search for
spaces.
Editor tab side, editor insert spaces. Insert spaces on
editor tab side. That one there. Down there, you see there's 4.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, you can put 2.
And then do I need to save that somewhere, or just that?
Any reason why?
Just that will work.
Any reason why you guys prefer to?
It's Ruby convention to use two spaces.
Okay.
Like 4 is just too many.
But Python it's 4.
Yeah.
So here is
but
like. Good.
Okay.
You're saying something, Joseph?
Yeah.
It's 2 because at least for Baby Ruby, you can define a block with the do and the end. But with Python, it's only indentation, so you must have 4 or else. Yeah, 4 or 2, but most Pythonistas use 4.
So this error that I got was saying that it's undefined local variable. Right?
Actually, do you? Matt, do you need to have like everything indented in the same line for Ruby to work?
I don't think you have to, no.
Okay. Because Python, you can't have like.
We can try it. So this here is like saying undefined method with. So like if I walk through the test a little bit, where like we have a subject, which is the YouTube notification service. So this is like just kind of setting up so that I can use this as I can use this instead of using like all like this camel casing. And then I am creating a user like variable, letting a user. and then that's like user.new and passing in this email. And then I have this describe block is this is the method post YouTube link. I mean, I guess I could probably I probably would want to change this, but anyways, then I'm letting a client, which is a mock of the Slack client. And then I have some like expected post arguments, which is the text is going to be this video live stream with a mock URL and then followed by click to play. And then I expect that it's going to have the user display name, the user gravatar URL, and links name of one. What's up, Jeffs?
Up, where you said let, you said what? Let YouTube, something.
YouTube
there, let client. No, this one, the other one. So this is how you. So that's a variable you instantiate.
Yep.
It's not a, and you're not going to use it anywhere. It's just going to be global.
No, like, so I use this like here. That's why I got that error earlier, because this was like this. And it was in the other test like this, but then because in the other test I was spying on this this Slack client from that was created like up here, like created this client here. It's like a double is like a mock of it, you know. And then lay down here where I was actually using the, like here, it just says spy on it because it's not within the same describe block, but we can spy on it. And then it was like just calling it client in this case.
Yeah.
So then I've like actually copied. I need to create it because I don't think I can spy on it on different files. So then I needed to rename this to Slack client. So yeah, then I have these like expected post arguments, and then I have like context. The first context is a pair programming event. And then I create like an event instance that has a hangout, and it has like a title, a category, hangout URL, and a user.
Instead, like, oh, my internet is pretty bad.
Yeah. What did you ask?
Using that let and then parentheses hangout and then adding a curly brace there. What's the difference between that? If it's a variable you are creating, why not do let hangout equals event dot instance dot create?
So I could do something like this, for example, just say hangout equals, you know,
event.
But then like, then this wouldn't. So if I did it like, so we don't have like in Ruby, we can't do like this. Like that's not valid Ruby, I don't think.
Equals. Okay.
Yeah. And then event instance.
But
like,
yeah.
I mean, I could do like hangout 2, for example, and then I can do like dot create. I could do like copy this whole thing. And then I can try to run the test.
But maybe remove the let because yeah, let is a syntax error.
Yeah, so that's what I was saying. So then if I did it, but if I did it like this, for example, then I can't use this in like in here. So then yeah, this is giving me a syntax error. Error occurred. Blah,
You
blah.
can't use
User is not available as an example group. Oh, okay, so that's a different error. Oh, so that's interesting. Yeah, so like I can't use this user here because it's not available for inside here. If I use it inside this let construct, I can use this user here. But like if I created it like this, I think I'll get the same error. But like this Hangout 2 won't be available inside multiple different it blocks. It will only be available like locally. So I could do this like here, for example, and but then I'll need to redo it every time I need that. So that's the same error, you know. Is only available for me within individual examples. So this doing things like doing it like this with this let construct means that I can use it in all of my it blocks.
So it's all about the scope and
yeah. And like actually this is not created here. This is only created when it's called the first time, you know? So I think like maybe it's created here because it's calling it like before each it's calling Hangout and telling it like it's able to receive this for. This is kind of weird the way this is, but and is probably a refactor for later. And like this is different than the other ones. The other ones we were like mocking the model, and so we weren't actually creating an event instance in the test database. And then for some reason in this one, like here, I can show you. In this one, we are creating the event instance, whereas like here for the Hangout ones, we're just mocking the model. And then that means we can like add this for here. Oh, shit. Whereas in this case, we're not. And we're not exactly 100% sure why. I mean, we could try this with like, I mean, since it's small, we could try this actually. Let me try grabbing. So what kind of information? Oh, title. Oh, I think the reason. Sorry.
What's that for? The for.
The for is for like the project can be for like all people, or it can be for only like premium mob members.
So that for will have a string inside it. It will be populated.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So I'm gonna put this here for now. Comment that out, and then what happened? And then here I'm gonna add that, and then add that, and then I'm gonna try adding this for and a string, empty string, and then comment that as well. Save that and see if it gives me the same error it was giving me before, which is that I don't know. We didn't really spend a lot of time trying to figure out why the person didn't like actually had to create the thing. Yeah, so I think they needed to create it because if you mock the model, you can't use this video ID. Received unexpected message, like, so you can't actually do this here. But then like we tried, so then Sam was trying to like add this stuff here, and I'm not sure if it didn't work for some reason. We could try it real quick. So we can do YouTube video. What is it? Video ID. And that equals mock URL. Got rid of something I wasn't trying to. And then also project as well. Project that. And then try doing that. No. So it's still complaining about that. I mean, I can comment this out. Let's see if that works. Oh, I deleted the other thing as well. Shit. Didn't even notice that. Received unexpected message project, so then I need to like comment that out and run that again.
Wow.
And then I need
I'm just checking and I see that India is 5 hours ahead of us.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
The tomorrow comes earlier.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so that's still kind of coming with the same error, which is consistent with what Sam was coming across as well when he was trying this. So I'm not sure though, because they have here project. Oh, because this probably can't be a string here. This probably needs to be an actual object. So I can do here, like, this is website 1. And then here, do a mock model project. And what does that look like? Here we go. And just copy this and actually paste that here and get rid of this. And then pass this in as website 1 project and run this again.
I feel like Matt has 4 hands.
I have a friend that has this like new keyboard that's like, okay, cool. So that got us back to the original error. So that's good. That means we can get rid of that and we can get rid of that. And yeah, so now we're at this thing where it says it doesn't have a method named with for, so I'm calling YouTube notification service .with, and it's finding this page, this here, which does not have a do here, because class is not a method, and it's looking for this, and then
so
here.
I think a method is a function that's inside a class.
Yeah, well, methods are, it's like method and function are the same thing. They're just different like function is like more in
So
JavaScript
it's
or
just
Elixir.
a global. I think it applies everywhere. I don't know, but if a function is like global, it's not inside a class or anything, then that's a function. If it's inside a class, then it's a method. I don't know.
Yeah, so in Ruby we have like class methods, and then we have instance methods. So like that would be different than than other languages that don't have any instance methods, because they're like, it's like functional programming.
Yeah.
So this we would call like, this is a class method, but then we have like other methods, like for example, this method here is just an instance method, but it's still a method.
Yeah. That's.
But whatever you have outside that class is what Joseph is saying will be a function.
So this is not a class here. This, like in this case, this is a module, right? So it's not. This is not even a class, but this is still called a method.
Yeah, but it's inside something. So like,
Yeah.
Which extends, yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure. I guess I'm not sure. Where do you mean, like, where would it not be inside of something?
So if you do like line 10, you add a function there that adds a plus b on line 10, then that will be a function. That's not a method. But if you move it inside YouTube, then you're going to reference it as a method.
I mean, I could be wrong, but I've never heard of functions in Ruby. Ruby function. There we go. Oh, method. Yeah. Functions are methods in Ruby. Ruby syntax, method calls, functions can return anything. We're not going to blow your mind to begin with. Show you a new Ruby word return to set variables to be a value from a function. Like I've heard them called actions before. Like because also like when you're looking at the routes, for example, like those are called methods. So undefined local variable client. Where is that coming from? Oh, here, client. Okay, yep. So I need to change that as well. This one here, I want to go over here. Yeah, there we go. And I want this and this to become Slack clients. And here. So then you would call like the methods of the controller as functions or as actions. So that's another error, and that's saying Slack client expected to have received the chat post message, but that object is not a spy or a method that has been stubbed. Okay, so that's good, I guess. Oh, so what I want to do here as well is, I guess this is not, maybe I'm not going to be able to get this error with, so what I want to do is I want to instantiate this class with this information here, getter client. Whoops. This when I wasn't trying to. And just that. Send. Then I want to send it to the run method. And then here, I'm going to do private. Then I'm going to do initialize. Oh yeah, the methods don't have do either. Why was I thinking do? Oh, you know why? It's because I'm writing these tests, you know. I'm like writing do end. Yes. So this is gonna take Hangout. It's gonna take Slack client. And this is gonna take getter client. And then this is gonna instantiate those. Like Hangout is equal to Hangout. Slack client is equal to Slack client.
Matt.
Yes.
That self.with
Yep.
that self.with method.
Yep.
I remember you explained it yesterday, but I didn't quite.
Yep. So this is like, I forget what Sam was calling it yesterday, like a factory method, I think is what he called it. Factory method. Let's have a look. A factory method is a creational design.
Is it from the
Sorry?
One of the gems that generate data or something?
I don't think it comes from a gem. Like, let's have a look what it says here. It's like a design pattern it's talking about. So the factory method pattern is a creational pattern. They use factory methods to deal with the problem of creating objects without having to specify the exact class of the object that will be created. Okay, that's not so clear.
I don't know whether. Can you check for examples in Ruby?
Yeah, so this is Ruby here.
Okay.
But I haven't seen an example yet. I'm not sure. Or maybe I have like self4. Yeah, that's an example probably. I mean, it's kind of hard. I'm just browsing, you know, so I don't know if there's, let's see. Design patterns in Ruby factory method. Here we go. The intent, according to the GOF, the intent of a factory method pattern is to define an interface for creating an object, but let subclasses decide which class to instantiate. Okay. Factory method lets a class defer instantiation to subclasses.
Yeah, so like when you instantiate,
because so here we are passing a Gitter client and a Slack client. So who's going to decide the new?
So I don't think in this case, like we are going to have subclasses, you know, like I mean, I'm sure there's other reasons, but like we can, for example, if I come here to Rails console and I do like a sandbox, and I can do like, we have a Hangout notification service that I mean, it's not going to be easy for me to do this, I don't think, because I need to pass in the right information, which I probably won't pass in. Hangout notification service .with, and then I can pass in like event instance .first. Oh, I think I might have. Let's see what happens. There we go. Event instance. Hold on, let me see. Event instance .first exists. Event instance .first. Yep, it does. So e equals event instance .first. Oh, I could just do. I could just. Anyways, so e, I have that. I think that this might not. I'm not sure if this probably wouldn't pass through the thing, because I think I have validations for some stuff that this wouldn't pass. Like, so when I call Hangout notification service, when I call this with, then if I pass in the Hangout, which you can see can be just an event instance, you know, then I mean that's probably it's probably confusing, but anyways, it gives like it gives default values for the Slack client and Gitter client, and then it calls new on it, and it passes in that event instance that I just passed in, and it passes in these defaults if I don't pass in something specifically, and then it sends all that to the run method, which is a private method down here. Like, first of all, it initializes it with all that stuff, creates instance variables so I can access those later on in life. And then it calls this method run, which calls this post Hangout notifications method, which says return if the Hangout URL is blank. And in this case, the Hangout URL is nil. So that means it's blank. So I would have to say like e.hangout URL is equal to mock URL, and then e. So now that works. And then return unless so it might even be returning here, you know, like, I'm not sure if I should be, maybe I shouldn't be doing this, because this might ping our actual Slack, because I'm using our actual Slack client. and I don't think I can mock the Slack client in this thing here. Can I mock this here? I don't think I can. Double.
I thought the mocks actually don't create the real thing.
Yeah, exactly. But if I don't mock it here, and that means that it will actually use our it will actually use let's switch files, spec helper. Yeah. I mean, I guess it's not the end of the world if it pings Slack. I can go there and probably get rid of it. And it might not fail. It might not pass the rest of the validations. Like, I don't know, but I don't know if I can actually do it from the command line. If I say enable that, true. Okay. So then I try calling this with again. With E. Project load, undefined method nil for yeah, so it doesn't have a project. So you know, I could work through how to get this to actually send it from the command line, but the point is, like, that's one of the reasons we have tests, you know, so that we don't have to actually do that. So I think I'll kind of stop there. What was your question again? Sorry.
My question?
It was about this with, right? So this is like, but you can see, like, I can call this with just saying with, you know, and I can pass in the event instance, and then that will give defaults for this kind of stuff. And then it will instantiate a new object with all that information, like the stuff that I pass in plus the defaults. Or I could set this, you know, I could set this to a default as well, you know, event instance, whatever, dot first, you know. That way, and if I did that, then I could just call it like this, you know. And then that will instantiate it with like some defaults. And that will send it to the run method. And then the run method is going to do other things, like, and the run method is going to be a private method, which means we have much more control over it. Like, it can't just be called from anywhere. Like, you know, it can only be called from this, you know, public methods within the same class.
Yeah.
Right there. So the design pattern thing, I don't understand it 100%, you know.
Yeah, we'll get there with the.
Yeah, you know, some of the. Yeah, I mean, it would be better if I did understand it 100%, because then I could go, like, trying to make better design choices as I work on, you know, extracting this stuff. I could go improving it at the same time, but not there yet. So then I could run this again, which I'll do, because there's no reason why not to. But I expect that what this is going to complain about now, that I have this new and I have this send run, is it's going to say that it doesn't have there's no method run. So while that's failing in the background, yeah, undefined method run, then I can define a method run. And now if I run it again, that will fail in the same way it was failing at before, which was like the it expected the chat post message to receive some stuff, but its object is not a spy, or has not been stubbed. Yeah, that's maybe a little bit different than I was expecting. So then I guess what I was doing in here, if I follow the other pattern, I was doing like YouTube post notification, something like this. Calling that method. Where's my other? Hang on, notifications service. Yeah, Then I had the run, and I was saying post Hangout notifications. Okay. So post, yeah, I can do this here, cut, post, YouTube, notifications.
Yeah, I remember you suggesting that we can just do away with the run.
Yeah, I was, but I'm not sure if that's, I mean, I guess we could try it. I feel like I've seen that run in many places when dealing with like jobs and services. So I don't know. I'm not sure if it's like if it's convention or not. I mean, it seems like kind of useless to me, doesn't it? Like, because I'm just like the only thing I'm doing inside the run is calling this.
Yeah.
I mean, we could try it. Oh, whoops. F post YouTube. Yeah, YouTube notifications. And come here and say post YouTube notifications. Let's see if that at this point will still work. I think it would, right? I mean, it should be able to send it to any private method. And then inside of that, I have
but the post YouTube notifications is just a signature.
Sorry, it's just a signature. Yeah, like it's just a name, you mean?
Yeah, like there's nothing you've done from within it.
No, yeah, I'm that's what I'm going to do, is going to add stuff to it. I was just, where was I? I'm gonna have to look at this Slack service too. And what do I do here? I have this here, and I pass in all this stuff, which I don't need to do in this case because that's the benefit of instantiating that those into instance variables. I can just use them wherever I want. And then here, so I guess this I've determined that I want. So that I paste here. And then here, I need to add this @ here. And then run that again. And I think it'll still have the same error probably. And then...
Shouldn't you be changing Hangout to YouTube? Okay, I think it's the same thing.
I think it... Yeah. That's a good point, Mike. I was thinking actually it's probably even better to call it event instance, because we're like creating the event instance, you know. I think I will create, and this is bringing up like all kinds of other things that that event instance. So it probably, oh no, yeah, so it is kind of, so now I'm wondering if this test is failing for the reason that I think it's failing, or if it's failing because I need to set up something on my test better. Like it's saying it's not being spied on. It's not a spy or method that has been stubbed. Yeah, so I haven't actually, let me just have a look. What do I have here in my test? Here in my test. I have here a subject, which I have there. I have a user, which I have there. Did I do this here? No. I want to do that for sure. So I guess I'm going to run this again, see if that changes the error. Then I have here this, but not using that, not using getter yet, not using those default args, not using that message, not using those channels, not using those. I have one of those projects already, and the other ones I'm not using yet. And none of this stuff, that's all the tests. Okay. Did I change the error message? Oh, yeah, look at that. Undefined. Yeah, there we go. That was it. So I wasn't enabling the thing, I guess. I'm not sure. Although I feel like I wasn't doing that earlier either, and that was still the same error message. But it was returning here. Here, unless the feature Slack notifications is enabled. So now it's saying it doesn't know what this method is. So now I come here and create a method, channels for project. And this, what did I do this before? Did I pass this in as a project? I think so, because this is changing. Let me see. Since I've already done this, I'm going to try to, yeah, so I did pass in the project. Okay, I wonder if I have to do that. Then I do if the project's nil, you know. Oh, so I wouldn't have to. I could do like if the hangout.project is nil or hangout.project slug.nil, hangout.project.try, you know, all that kind of stuff. But I think it's easier to just do it like this. So then I pass in here project, then I end it there. Then here, I mean, I did say I was going to play around with this and see if I could factor this, but I didn't get the opportunity to do that yet. Okay, so now it's going to complain that it doesn't have this, right?
Yeah.
Then after it complains about that, I need to determine what channels I'm actually using. I think I copied this. Yeah, so it's complaining about this. So then I come here and put this here. Is Joseph still here?
Yep.
I think you were talking about how we could extract this into a different, like just into a different file once and then import it.
Yeah, in Python, we will have this init.py file where we have maybe the shared variables and just import them.
Yeah, that's totally a better way of doing it. So, and that's like failing even though the tests are passing, it's failing like code climates because it has like duplicate stuff lying around, you know. So then I have here this stuff here. Which this doesn't need to be an instance method, I don't think. Maybe I'll leave it for now. So this needs to be changed from hangout to @event instance. And then can run the test again, but it's kind of getting back to that same error where it's like kind of not returning what it's expecting it to return. No, here. So then there's all this logic here, you know, which this was like, in this one, it's like calling the send notifications. So I want to kind of do this, copy that, because that seems like a drier way of doing it. So then I called that. Though there might be a way they did this in that way. that we're going to run into later. Because like you can see here, they called this method. I don't think so, because I can call this from if channels. If there are channels, yeah. I wonder if I'm going to get away with that. Maybe not. Only one way to find out. So this I want to pass in the channels because this will change. So now if I run it, now it's going to complain that it doesn't know what send notifications is. Which means I can come here and I can say send notifications, pass in the channels, and end it here. Undefined method send notifications. So then I have the send notifications, and then so if I save this, and this will complain the same way it was before, that it's not calling that chat post message. And here I want to do something like this here. No, I want to do something like this here. Yeah, so that's complaining in the same way we thought it was. So then return post premium mob YouTube notification. And that takes in the client and the event instance. If the event instance, you know what I should have done there? Copy that, copy that. No, that, and that event instance. Actually, do I need to pass in this? No, I was kind of doing away with this. So I can do away with this and this. And this here channels, yeah, that comes from there, so that's okay. That's okay. That's probably not everything I need, but maybe, I don't know. I need to pass in some message here, I think. I'm not sure what message though. What message this is that? YouTube. No, this here. Yeah. Pass that in there. Yeah. Do I need a comma here? I think I need a comma here, don't I? And this here needs to be instance. This as well. I suppose I need to call this here as well, no? Something like that. This, I just need to pass in the channels because I have these as instance variables. I can use them here. This, I don't even know. Maybe I don't need this, but it depends. If I don't use the getter client, then I could probably get away with not passing this in and just use it in the send method, the send Slack message. So now this is going to complain that I'm dealing with premium mobs or pair programming. So it's going to complain that it doesn't know what this is. Received unexpected message for with no arguments. That's interesting. That's not what I was expecting. Oh, it doesn't know what this is. So then I can come here and say post premium That's going to take in, this actually needs to be that. And so then this needs to take in what? I'm just going to cheat real quick and have a look here. What did I do? Post Hangout notifications, send notifications past the channel. This calls that, then that. This calls this. So I don't need to pass in any variables there. Or here or here. Interesting. But this is different though. Here I am passing in this because I use getter and I'm passing in the message. Okay. So here I don't need to pass in any of this for some reason. Take a look at why in a minute. So here then I don't need to pass anything there. Let's see if we get past that error at least. And it's going to complain about this send Slack message. But why was it complaining about this? I think it was complaining about the Slack client, like undefined method. Received unexpected message for with. Unexpected message for. Yeah, right. Okay, so I need to read the thing better. So I've changed this back to mocking. No, I've changed. All right. I accidentally deleted the for. So that gave me the same error now. Yeah. So you guys are still there. You guys are both quiet.
Yeah.
I'm talking enough for both of us, huh? All three of us.
I think you have four hands. So.
Yeah. So undefined method send Slack message, which is, it's trying to call this here, and it doesn't know what that is. So I can get past that by saying send Slack message. And this I'm going to pass in client, and I'm saying client because I guess Gitter never actually. I guess YouTube, we never pass in a Gitter client, do we?
Is it really good practice to pass in class method? I thought you could just call it from within the.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
The reason I was doing it before is because, like here, for example, the reason I was passing this in.
Yeah.
Is because, I mean, maybe that's not good practice either, but it's because we have like the Gitter client as well. So depending on when the method is called, like, let me try to find an example. Or maybe I'm crazy. In which case, here, Gitter.client send message. No. Yeah, so maybe I don't even need to do that. Because like when this send Slack message is called here, it says like, so here I've done like just user equals hangout.user here once. And then I've passed in this channels because the channels changes. Yeah, so that's the thing. Like I'm passing in here message or no, not there message. I'm passing in like here message or different types of messages. And then it's the same thing with the client. Like this client is this here. This client can either be one of two different clients.
Mm-hmm.
So if there were only one, if there were just that one client, for example, then I could just say like Slack client and call it directly like that,
Okay.
But since there's Gitter client as well, I don't think I can. But the point is that Gitter client only exists three places. Two of them are here, and the other one is okay. So I don't need this here. I can remove this. No, not there. Here? Yeah, here. Oh, yeah, here. Can remove that. I can just pass in the client. I can remove this. I can just pass in the channels and the message. Channel and message. And I wonder if it's the same. It's the same message too, isn't it? It's just YouTube everywhere. Yeah, cool. So I can just pass in the channels. 2 instances. Okay. Like that. And yeah, that would clean it up a lot. Nice. That's beautiful. So here, the only thing I want to pass in is channels, no? Yeah. The channels changes. Okay. So now that should get me past that error and back to the error, original error that it's not calling that one method that it wants it to call. Which I will go here. Yeah, so that's the original message. And I'll come down here to send. No, I don't want to be here. I want to be here. And I can grab this here. Yeah. And copy that. And so like this is the thing as well, is that it'd be nice to extract this stuff because it's like reusing the same stuff, you know. There's some things that are different, but the user is the event instance user. Instance user. Channels are the channels that are coming in. Channel.nil client. So here's at Slack client. It's here, should be here. So now we expect the tests will pass or fail in a different way. I think they're going to fail in a different way because I think that I don't have this stuff here. Oh, I do have this stuff here. So I do have these channels. So I think it's going to pass. What do you guys think? You think I'm missing something?
I think I don't have. I can't remember everything to say if it's
I'm forgetting something. I mean, it's more likely than not that I'm forgetting something. So I think it's more likely than not it's going to fail. But I'm not sure.
Post notification, is it just that?
So it's like going to come here and it's going to say, unless the channels include that, then send the message to the general and then send it to the channels. Like, and this has a project website 1. So then it's expecting that it's going to send it to those both channels. I think it's going to pass. Famous last words. Famous last words.
Reds.
Ah! Come on. Oh, come on, man. Fucking bullshit. Undefined local method. Yes. I knew I forgot something. You're gonna go outside, Naki. You're gonna go outside. Such a little thing, huh? I mean, my gut was telling me that I have to be forgetting something, right? Man. Yeah, it's getting late where you guys are, no? Or it's already gotten late. Another failure. Received unexpected message. Okay. Oh, that's such a non-helpful error. What does this in error even say? You know, it's like received unexpected message. that's just not helpful at all. Chat post message with channel. So this channel here, yeah, the thing is it could be sending to channels that it's not supposed to, or it could be, you know. So this here is there. So it's failing on this one. I felt like the other day, like when I moved this direction, I felt like it had something to do with it. And I was like, that seems like the opposite way that it should be, you know? And so I don't know, that's not the way it was in the other one. This one actually had these before. Okay. So that, okay, so that did the opposite. So I think we are closer to it here, which seems like it makes more logical sense to me as well, why you would do it like this. So, yes.
You don't want to access the Hangout as a symbol. I remember you created this with the let as a symbol. I don't
know.
No.
But that does remind me that I should probably change this to event instance and put here event instance. And so why don't we drop in a pry? And here, what's this message say? Is this the text I want? Video live stream. I mean, I feel like it is, because that's the same as this, right?
Uh-huh.
The video live stream. So I'm passing the channel. So this is a website one project. So it's going to call this, and it's going to look for the website one slug and going to convert it to a symbol. It's going to find this. And it's going to pass this here. And then that's going to pass send notifications. Then it's going to come here and it's going to say that it's a pair programming. And then unless it's unless the channel includes CS169, then it's gonna send to general the Slack message. So then here that would come in as the channels, and then channels would iterate over those channels. There's two of them, and for each one, unless the channel is nil, which it won't be. I don't even know if we need this because I feel like it wouldn't get to this point anyways, because like it calls this and it says if this is nil, return this, and then it'll say like, yeah, it'll return this. It's going to be an array unless it's a string, and then it'll return an array either way, and it's going to return that result. And then that result's going to come here. And that result's going to get passed on as the channels here. So then it's going to send to general, but then it's going to come back here and it's going to send to the actual channel as well. So it's like actually going to get called twice. It's going to get called once with general, which is where where it's stopping. So yeah, let's run this and ask probably some questions. So maybe it's getting caught up on the YouTube message. Maybe it's getting caught up on the user event instance.user. Yes. That's the general channel. Just verify that by coming here. Yep. That's the general channel. And so channel is going to be that. Channel.nil is false. So then if I try this here, I can try at YouTube message that. Is that what I'm looking for in the test? Mock URL. YouTube.b mock URL. What do I? YouTube.b mock URL. Yeah. Click to play. Video/live stream. Yeah. That's exactly what I'm looking for. And then here you have user. User.display name. Random. And the user I have here, yeah, would be random as well, I think. And then user.gravatar URL that. And link games is going to be nil because I haven't used it yet. Oh yeah, but that I wouldn't be able to call it like that anyways. But then I can say, where am I? Link names is 1. So what is it receiving that it doesn't like? Let's call this and see what we get back.
Yeah. I was just going to ask if that's not a method call where you're passing that one.
User display. If it's not a, yeah. Public Slack received unexpected chat message with. So it's unexpected. Why though? That's the thing. Like it's not telling me why it's unexpected. Why is it unexpected? Username random. Mock URL. Click to play. Text video stream colon blah blah. The gravatar looks fine. The channel is where we want it. Weird. Did I change something here that I didn't need to? Get instance and Slack client. Yeah. Weird. I'm passing in the user here. I mean, it'd be nice if it gave me some better error support here, just saying unexpected message. What I can do maybe is I can comment this out. And I can say here, do you have received message with hash including channel? And then I can come here and exit. I can come here. And I can comment this out. I can run this. And then this should pass. No, it didn't pass. It's complaining about something. Okay. Complaining about having one too many of these.
So why are you checking if it has a hash in it and it's a message? So here you say chat and then
this here.
Yeah.
So I'm checking, I'm trying to simplify it instead of saying like I expected to receive, you know, the channel and all of this stuff. I'm just saying like expected to have received the channel to have received something.
Oh, okay.
Right. So that's coming up with the same error message. I mean, I guess this is sending the thing by default instead of me passing it in. But no, that shouldn't matter. Yeah, like we do that here, for example. Like when we wanted to say, like when we wanted to do a negative, for example, we like a negative assertion, we don't care what the message is. We want to make sure it doesn't receive any message. So we were doing like what were we doing? Not to receive with hash including and then the channel, you know. So I was trying to narrow it down to see if I could find out that okay, it's going to the right channel. It's actually getting to the right channel. It's just, man, I suppose I could do the same, but grab this here, copy that, put this here, and see. You know what? No. You know what? Nothing. You know what? Nothing. Weird. Same error. Like I'm not saving the page. And like it's not immediately clear to me why like these ones here, it was like not working if we put this first and then we put these afterwards. Like I tried swapping them and it wasn't working. But then this one, it seems like it is working, although it's not passing. So I'm not sure if it is working or not. Actually, you know why maybe this is failing is because it's not just receiving. Yeah, not sure. So no, that seems like that's wrong. It seems illogical as well. So if I copy this, I paste this here, and then I grab this here, copy, I paste this here, save that, and then I run this again.
Are you not going to negate that?
I wanted to receive on both.
Okay.
So this is like, I'm not sure if this probably should be the opposite. It's like it should send it to general first, and then after it sends it to general, it should send it to the project.
Oh yeah.
That got the same error. Let me try that again. I've swapped places. And this Slack client, yeah, I have this Slack client here. Ah, so annoying. and like not very good error messaging, you know, like so it's seeming like it's not actually calling this send Slack message. I wonder if I can I not call it like this? Do I have to call it like this? I mean, that doesn't make sense, right? No, that doesn't make sense. Why would that make sense? That doesn't make sense. Why would that make sense? And here, right? Oh, wait, no. Slack. Does it make sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here it's working. The thing is, I'm passing in different messages, so I actually calling in the message as well. But here, passing in the client, I'm passing in the channels, and I'm passing in the message. I mean, this should not make a difference. I don't know why I would need to do this when this is like it's the same thing as calling at Slack message or at Slack that post messages. So that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, and
maybe you can pray and then you.
Yeah, I could do that now.
You confirm if it's the same thing still.
Guess that answers that question. I do need commas in between. I have the channel here. Do I have the other channel here? Yeah, website 1, right? Yeah, I have the other channel here. I have all the channels here. Same exact error. Right. So I'm passing in the event instance. This is the same. I'm passing that event instance on, and the Slack client and the Gitter client to the post YouTube notifications, which seems like that doesn't make a difference. That it's not called run because it's getting to here. Then it's not returning because this is enabled. Then it's not returning because there is a YouTube video ID. It's not blank. Then we pass in channels, which we grab from calling this method here. Which we're grabbing the event instance.project. I wonder if this project is nil. That just knows how to handle it, I guess. Because it has some checks for that, I think. So video is equal to this. YouTube message is equal to this. I'm going to change that, but I'll do it in a second. Send notifications, channels. So I expect it's going to stop there because it's a pair programming category. Yeah, stop there. And if I send the Slack message, Slack, Slack client. Am I typing this all out? Someone's talking to someone on. And then it runs to the thing and is saying the same thing. Unexpected. Awesome. I can imagine you guys. So this we've determined we don't need. This we don't need. So this we don't need. This we need to change to this.
Come on, why are the tests not passing and I want to sleep?
Yeah, I know, right? If they just pass, then at least we'd be in a nice place to move on, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
And I kind of like verified that all the information is the way it should be. Bringing in Slack here. Let's have a look here. What am I doing here that I'm not doing in the other one? I'm bringing in this stuff. I named this differently, but that doesn't matter. This is different, but that doesn't matter either because it's getting to the place it's supposed to get to. This here I haven't added, but that doesn't matter. I added that at the end because this is just for production. Getter rooms we don't use. This I copied from here and it's the same. Anyways, I'm dealing with two channels. This one, which is not getting to. This is going to add later. This is the same. This, when initializing it, I mean, I think that would be getting an error earlier if we were not initializing it correctly. Then what? Then we call run, but that's the same as calling this. This is more or less the same. This is more or less the same. These messages are a little bit different, but it's more or less the same. And this is the same. This is the same, kind of. Except for they call it different method, but that's because they sent to different channels. And then they send to all types of events to associated project. I mean, I should be looking at this here, maybe. What is going on with this YouTube stuff? I'm missing a step in this YouTube stuff, probably.
So I think
you think
that it received.
Is this different? Why is it using this Slack web client and using that Slack web client new logger Rails logger Rails logger? So why are they passing that in twice? Sorry.
See the send Slack message all right there.
This here.
So yeah, for that one, I see that the message on up above is something, but the video is the real YouTube video. But for your passing amok URL on the text, and then the message. Where is the message there? I don't see the chat post message.
So that's here in the send Slack. That's here, the send Slack message. Takes in the client, which we're passing in. Takes in which channels you want to send it to. it takes in the text because the text changes. In this one here, you have like here message, channel message, and getter message and YouTube message, but we only have one message that stays the same. And you have user, which we can use just here inside of this method. That's how we did it. And then this is the same. This was copied over, you know. The only difference is like is passing in the YouTube message here, but that shouldn't matter. And like the weird thing is the test, I've modified the test to I think to check that. I mean, I guess I could like I could do like this, not to have received, and then we can get passing tests. But it's like the opposite of what we want. Still failing. Right. So it's not even failing because of the test. It doesn't seem like. That's weird. Because not to have received a chat post message with the hash including the channel. I'm not sure. Like, should I change this to run? Like, I feel like that's not it because it's. I mean, that shouldn't have anything to do with it, right? Because we've seen that it's being called because we've stopped it in price several times in different places, so that can't be it. We saw that this is received unexpected message. Unexpected message with and all this stuff. So it seems like it's telling us that it did receive and it didn't receive. Because if it didn't receive, then it should pass the test because the test is checking that it didn't receive. Or it's like unexpected. I mean, I could like, instead of trying to refactor things, I could try to actually do things where I have it like they did here, where they actually create the event, the instance, and then they do like this whole thing. And then they specifically set the video ID in the project afterwards. Then they call the thing, and then they do their expectations. I don't see how that would be different. But I don't know, I'm kind of running out of ideas of what, because we know that these tests are passing. Well, we probably don't know because you guys haven't seen me run those, but and it wouldn't be easy for me to run them now either. I mean, maybe it would be actually, but it's really weird. Really weird, really weird. So this doesn't even have a project or what? No, it has to have a project. Yeah, it's here. Project is here. That. And put that here. And then no, I don't want to change that. Shouldn't matter, but same error. Same exact error. I'm not sure exactly where it's. I mean, it's calling all this stuff, but then can I drop in a pry here or no? If it stops here, I think I can. No? If I come here and I drop in a pry session here, finding a pry, then I don't even need this getter client here, do I? So I don't know why I'm passing it around. So channel, this is the general channel. So that's correct. Channels as well, just that. User is that. User.display name is that. User.avatar. Already did all this, right? So what else do I need to be able to call? I need to be able to call, here do I have Slack client, right? Slack client. Yep, I have the double Slack client. I have channel. I have YouTube message. YouTube message. Yeah, there's that, which is like https://youtube.b/mock URL. Click to play. Already checked that. And this I'm passing in 1, so that all should work. Then if I call this, it seems like it's not even going to the expectations. It's just kind of, it's not going to work because of that. But if I do that and paste where display name, that there. Yeah, so it's not even going back to that. It's erroring out somewhere here. And it's when it's being called, when this is being called, it seems like. So why is that happening? I wonder. So if I can't call that by itself, can I? Receives unexpected message. Chat message with no arguments. Okay, that's not what it was. This is like with these arguments. Received unexpected message. I mean, the message? Do I need to? No, I mean, why would I need to pass in like this? That doesn't make any sense. I don't know, it's not leaving this, it's not leaving this here, so it's not even getting to these expectations, which is why it's not stopping here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's stopped again. Now we have message. Yeah. Now if I try calling this and adding this to it, and it's the same thing, And where is it sending me to? It's sending me to like RSpec support, RSpec support.rb97. So what is there? Module support. It's in the gems, So it's somewhere like. $997 here. Default failure notifier. Failure options raise failure. Right, so it's failing. That's helpful. Thanks for that. Why is it just failing? Like,
can we change the message to something else?
Yeah, we can. You want to just pass in like a string?
Yeah.
Here, stay in Pride and just copied and pasted that in. But I was thinking about getting rid of this getter client because we're not actually using this.
Yeah, and why is the failure like that? Why isn't it saying like, okay, it wasn't the correct message, so which is the correct message?
Yeah, but that's the thing is I don't even think like, I mean, I don't know. It doesn't even feel like it's getting to the expectations,
Does unexpected message mean it doesn't expect a message?
I mean, it seems like it's sending us to like that failure. I mean, maybe this is different. Like, oh, it's different here than it was there. So this is like starting in line 32 of the spec is right here. And then it comes to line 8 of the YouTube notification service here. So I'm going to take out that as well. And then it comes to line 39 of this here, which is this. Oh, so it does get here. Yeah, it gets here, which takes us to line 55. Yeah, so we know that. Then it takes us to line 67, just here. We know that. And then send Slack message each on line 67. Then it comes to line 70, which is here. And that's where it errors out. Yeah, it's erroring out here. And it's not sending the message, you know.
Did you change that run? That thing with run?
I did, but you know, it seems. I mean, yeah, I suppose it's worth trying to change it back, you know, because I did say I didn't know if it was like a. I mean, I wouldn't understand why it would. I mean, it's definitely finding where we wanted to find, you know.
Yeah.
So this would stay the same, and then this would be like def run, and then inside of here we have post. No, post YouTube notifications, and then save that, and then run that. And maybe run gives it some sort of magic powers or something. Don't know. This maybe I need to get rid of that. It's really annoying, isn't it, guys? What is this? Is this a different failure? Yeah, this is a different failure. Number of arguments given to expected 3. Yeah, okay, that's because I didn't clean this up. I don't see the reason why we would need to send a getter client if we're not using it. So I got rid of that. Initialize, yeah. And initialize with the event instance and a select client. Oh, then this I don't need. Yeah, undefined local method getter. Okay, so I probably shouldn't be doing more than one thing at a time. Where do we have getter client? Where do we have getter client? Getter client, getter. We don't have getter here. What is it talking about? YouTube notification service, undefined getter client. In YouTube, initialize new with spec 32. I don't have getter here anywhere.
Did you save?
Yeah.
Save again.
Oh, you know what? That's interesting. So I wasn't doubling the getter client because I wasn't using it. And so I wonder if it's been trying to use the getter client, the actual getter client. Ah, that's interesting. That might have something to do with it. So why is this complaining now? Undefined local method getter. I'm not using getter. So what are you talking about? What are you talking about, mate? Getter. Oh, here we go. Require getter. So get rid of that. And then no results. Okay. That failed again. Oh, look, back to the same message. So now we've gotten back to that same message where it's like trying to call that and it's not. It's not sending the Slack message. It's not using the chat post message. Although we did change this text to some string, so that could be failing because of that now. Received unexpected message, but I don't think so, you know. It seems like it's the same error message. Not fully understanding what's going on. I mean, if I do a binding.pry, does it stop here? Not sure if it stops in the spec files. It is a Ruby file though, so I think it would. Same error. This time with the message, that text there, which you think is the text we're trying to match against. And run it again. Does it stop at the binding.pry? It did. Stop there. Okay. Slack client here. Double client, yeah. Chat, post, message. Define local variable, yeah, okay. So at this point, what do we have? An event instance of that. Mock event, the mock URL, mock video ID, URL video ID, category 4. Blah, 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 created at, blah, blah, blah. Instance.4. Empty string, okay. So we have both of these that we're passing through. Which makes sense. So why is it getting stuck here?
Sorry.
I wonder. So if I do rspec, is this working? This was passing before. It's passing still. So it's just a YouTube thing that's the problem. So annoying. So annoying. Yeah, the other ones did. The Hangout ones are passing. Do I have this Slack enabled, don't I? Or did I forget to do that again? No, I have that. And that's supposed to be in the describe block. Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be getting all the way there if it wasn't, right? If it weren't there, it wouldn't be getting here. If it weren't there, it wouldn't be getting here. Don't know what's going on. Don't know what's going on. So that's interesting. Where do I have them? Yeah, that's here. Okay. Really fucking cool. Really fucking cool. Really fucking cool. I'm gonna put a different test in there. Why not copy over all the tests, and then we can just like pretend like it's passing, you know? Instead of actually getting it passing, we could just pretend like it's passing. I mean, what happens if I revert this back to that and no, that's not what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. And then I copy this one here. This one here. YouTube notification stuff. This one here. And comment those ones out. And get rid of this binding.pry. And run that. So what happens? Oh, this is going to fail because this doesn't know what this is. Slack client. Here, Slack client. Pass, because that's not the thing I was looking for. And copy that and paste in YouTube notification service start with replace and pass in here. Event instance and pass in here Slack client. I mean, one difference is I'm not spying on it, but maybe I need to spy on it. You know, felt like I didn't need to spy on it because I'm creating this.
Yeah.
Because I'm creating this here, and in the other one I did it like the Hangout one. I didn't need to spy on it, so I don't know why it would be different. Yeah, I mean, maybe there's the YouTube is different than the. That's the Hangout notification that's still passing. Yay, they're all passing. I think that's a good place to call it a night, right?
Yeah.
Everything's passing, you know? I mean,
What time is it where you are?
It's only 7:20. Yeah. Yeah, it's early, you know. Did you mean Hangout URL? No, I didn't mean Hangout URL. What? Undefined local Hangout. Yes. Where? Hangouts. Yes, here. So this is event. Oh, sorry. Here and here. Event instance. Yeah. Event instance .create with a title, a category, a Hangout URL, and a user. Ah! Same failure messages. Same failure messages. Weird, man. Like, why am I able to call, like, let's look at this. This is not, it's not so different in so many ways. It's rather similar, actually, one might argue. These channels are, that's coming through. It's initialized in the same way. It even has the run, which we think is not necessary. It has the post Hangout notifications. It sets the sets the channels. Sets the channels. Does the message thing. Share message, channel message, calls to send notifications. Then the send notifications returns post premium of Hangout notification if the Hangout is for. And this here, did I change this here to? This is gonna do post premium mob YouTube notification, which we have here. This is an empty array, and this is an empty thing here, but we don't have. It shouldn't ever hit this because this is not true, right? I could put a binding.pry here and make sure it doesn't hit this binding.pry, but I don't think it ever hits this. I can leave that blank without an issue. Although I could kind of fill it out as well if one were to want to do that, you know. I mean, I'm tired of failing tests, so so it didn't stop, which means
I have to go.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I mean, it's really annoying. Sorry, man. That's kind of annoying.
1:30 a.m.
1:30.
Yeah, 30.
Joseph, can you speak like you're from Russia?
There it is.
Speak like Rostov, right?
That's the channel we wanted to post to. Just wanted to post there. Yeah, thanks for joining. Sorry it didn't really work out the way we wanted it to. It's really annoying. I'm kind of getting over it. I feel like even with it failing, maybe I don't know. That's things like I don't know. Should probably be debugging why it's failing, but it doesn't seem like it's making any sense why it's failing. Maybe it's something. I don't know if it's something I'm doing in the setup of the test or it's something I'm doing in the.
Yeah, I think because if you're saying YouTube and Hangouts should be the same, I mean, the YouTube service or notification should be different. Maybe just a little bit.
I mean, this is like with single quotes and this is with double quotes, but that's just because of string interpolation. And yeah, I mean, it's definitely a little bit different, but like I have here, like this Slack service back, like this is, I mean, I guess I am changing some things, but like this is saying client instead of Slack client. And then that like spies on the Slack client. I mean, I don't know if this is important. Maybe it is, who knows? So like maybe I do that and this here comes up here and then where am I calling that? I mean, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I do need to spy on it. I know in like the that's here. And then what do? I expect the client to receive. So that's the thing. Maybe like maybe the Slack client's not receiving. Maybe the I don't know. Maybe I'm not sure. I mean, that doesn't seem like that makes any sense to me. So then they're like saying the client to have received. So then this is there. Then I would change. Oh, this is already like that. Okay. Surprised I didn't complain about that. Then that's that. And then this here is that there. And then come on, green test. I have no idea whether it would work, but I mean, yeah, that's interesting. Like this here is passing in the this is passing in the client, yeah. All right, well, then it's gonna complain about Slack client, no? Oh no, it doesn't even complain, it doesn't even care. Doesn't even care what I call it, Slack.
Yeah.
Just doesn't care, It's like finding the right place, but it's just not, it doesn't care,
All right. Bye.
Yeah, see you soon. Fucking bullshit. Stupid coding. Yeah, I'll let you know how it goes. I'll be around tomorrow. Come on. I thought maybe I did something and it's like, oh, woo! They're passing. Where's Joseph? I just laughed, man. Think it's on Slack? That's weird,
He was the bad luck, Joseph.
No, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully he sees. So what did we learn? We learned that for some reason, spying on this client is different than, it's so weird, you know?
Like I don't think I can explain whatever we just did the whole night, but
yeah, I mean, it's weird.
So what's with the spying?
I'm not sure, you know, like that's the thing, is I'm not exactly like, what is spying on the Slack client? Let's like, let me, it's weird, you know. Like, this is like not even weird, you know. Like I'm gonna put here in the thing, at MTC. Do you think you could try to explain why in some cases we need to spy on the Slack client? I don't know if that's a good question. You are extracting the YouTube YouTube notification service into from the Slack service and had set up this let Slack client double Slack. Double Slack client? Was that it?
And yeah, Slack client, you changed it.
Let's see. Double Slack client, yeah. Client. Like, note notification service and it was failing unexpected message. And we I mean, I wonder if it's, maybe I should play around with this a little bit more. Maybe it has nothing to do with the spying. Maybe it has to do with it's in the wrong scope, yeah. Yeah. It's oh yeah, so now it's gonna be like the whole this thing.
Oh, I think I gotta go as well, man.
Yeah, I hear you. It's a lot later for you. I'm gonna stop soon, and it's not even nearly as late for me. So
You still have bottles from your brew?
Yeah, of course. There, it's like the ones that I made. Yeah, so it's still failing. I have to find local client. Where's the other client from? Here. The ones I made this like last weekend, there we won't drink those ones until for another. It's still in the barrel, you know. But I have bottles from a couple months ago, you know.
Oh.
Because it takes 6 weeks for it to kind of mature to the place where it's ready, you know. And then that's still failing, and then that's with that cryptic message, right? Okay, so cool. It does have to do with the spying then. Yeah. Is that where it was? Something like that. Yeah, I mean, I was hoping to get that kind of done earlier because I feel like there's not so much more to do with this, but now that it's yeah, I don't know. Maybe, you know, I might get stuck on something else that I'm not thinking of. I was thinking that first test would pass because it was like the things inside of this are correct. You know, it was the test that was incorrect. You know. Now I'm getting a failure. Oh, not nice. Oh, nice. I've broken it again, Mike. You better go before I. Here, this one failed.
Oh man.
Okay, so I'm gonna finish writing this message. Moves the spy thing back. What spy thing? What spy thing? Where's the spy thing? Where's the spy thing?
Spy client. Spy let client. Spy Slack client.
Okay, so let's see if he responds. And yeah, thanks for joining me, man. Sorry, that was I mean, I guess that's maybe a reason not to go changing things that you don't 100% understand, you know. And like we changed this stuff here, like, which I'm gonna now try change back and see if I can break it again, you know, because it'd be nice if we don't have to use this stuff here, you know. And then we had to walk that back as a potential. It's like why Sam's always talking about making incremental changes. Like we should like get kind of copy and paste everything in here and make sure it's working, and then kind of making a small change at a time, you know, and making sure the test still pass, you know. So like this received 1 time, expected 0 times. All right, so that didn't work, you know. And like the only thing I changed was, oh, I know why. Because this here, I need to keep that maybe. Or maybe I can do it where I create another mock. Yeah, okay. Cool, man.
Yep.
See you soon.
I guess I'm sleeping on my desk, so
yeah, I mean, I'll see you tomorrow, you know, actually, because You'll be around tomorrow.
I'll just stop the broadcasting.
Oh yeah, no worries. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Or maybe I can leave it on so you can just.
I mean, you could. It's gonna stop recording in a minute, anyways. So, but if you want to leave it on until it actually turns off, I'm okay with that as well. Either way.
Okay, let me just see.